Welcome, everybody. My name is Vivek Venkatram, and I'm here with Director Client Services, Michael Carnahan. Michael, thank you so much for making yourself available today. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I'd love to dive right into your white paper. And you have several years of experience, and from your vantage point, you've managed several clients of ours through turbulent times, to say the least, especially this year, but really over the last several years as you've installed very successful accounts. So you've taken the time to write a fascinating white paper about how to navigate in this environment, tying specifically to the financial uncertainties that we have seen with our clients. I want to start off by asking you, taking the time, your schedule away from your clients to focus on this topic. Obviously, there were stakes behind that decision that were critical to you or were really important to you. What were those? Why did you choose to write about this?
Yeah, thanks, Vivek. To your point, unprecedented times in which we live. A lot of my clients are going through the furloughs, reduced inpatient and outpatient visits. The old adage, cash is king, and that may be true, but cash is not revenue. So what I've been able to help my clients do is achieve that revenue, bottom and top line savings, streamlining the revenue cycle process. And that's just something that I think as an organization, we're very passionate about. And I've loved the fact that we've been able to help people through these turbulent times come out the other side.
What do you think is most important when you're talking about those turbulent times in your white paper? You allude to you prescribe, I should say, several recommendations for the audience in terms of how they should look at this. What would be your advice to the audience in terms of takeaways?
Yeah, I think you got to streamline the process. You need to get rid of labor and paper, manually intensive processes of the past, whether that's through getting your people trained properly or bringing in the right partner like ourselves. If it's through robot process automation, these are all things that we're doing for our clients. And I think that's probably number one crucial factor. The other is make sure you embrace technology. Again, make sure, is it the technology the problem or is it a training problem? Do your people not interact with that technology and therefore costing you time, therefore costing you money? That's been a huge factor with my clients. At the end of the day, again, revenue, if there's no money, there's no mission. So regardless of the healthcare institution, you have to have that money coming in so you can do what you want to do, which is help the communities in which our clients serve.
I love the way that you just laid it out, because how you've bracketed it is under the umbrella of revenue. You're really looking at things from a qualitative perspective and a quantitative perspective. And I think that's what I love about your paper, is the totality of your approach when it comes to that. What I mean by that is, so you're talking about top line, you're talking about bottom line, and ideating and exploring ways for our clients to be able to attain goals there. But also outside of that, I think what you're talking about is, where can we take innovation? Where can we take ideation? Where can we enable services with technology where it's not just a purely financial component, where there are, of course, ramifications on a financial level, but you also make sure that you leave room for those qualitative considerations as well. And I think technology-enabled services is, one of those areas where it's going to be most fascinating, where the healthcare industry is when we're at 2030, looking backwards, right?
Absolutely.
Again, I thought it was a great read for me. And again, I appreciate you taking the time to interview with us so we can layer some context on top of it. Any other thoughts for our audience, whether they're coming in from an operations side or from a vendor perspective, looking to gain some insights for their clients? What would you leave them with, Mike?
I would say, no need to reinvent the wheel. There's a lot of consulting companies out there, but choose a partner, choose someone that's in it for the long haul, that knows the consulting, but can actually get the work done. Whether it's us or someone else, I think you need to ask for help. This is the new age. Even when COVID passes, it's never going to fully go away, and healthcare is going to be changed for the foreseeable future.
Great. Well, Mike, I again appreciate, on behalf of eTechnologies, you taking the time. I know firsthand, being in the client services world with you, your vantage point and how you've been able to speak to experience rather than theory. in terms of managing and navigating your highly complex, high-end clients, particularly over the last several years. So thank you for making the time again. It's a great read for those who are listening to this. Do take the time to read Mike Carnahan's paper. Thank you for your time today.
Great. Thanks, Vivek.